Hello, I'm David Jarvinen, and this is Mosaic Arts Online. The Tree of Life art form has been around for hundreds of years. In this course, I will be teaching how to take the timeless subject and create a contemporary mosaic. Using nature as our theme, you'll have the opportunity to tell your artistic story using a variety of materials that add texture and interest. We will start by deciding which orientation for our mosaic. In this course, I will do a horizontal shape, but as you can see with the examples here, you can also do vertical. Next, I will share how roughly I sketch out my design and begin to lay out my materials. I love how I can create depth with these pieces, adding certain elements that give the illusion of foreground and background. Then I will demonstrate how I create my copper and glass leaves that can be bent and twisted, adding even more dimension to the piece. Once the leaves have dried, I will begin to rough out my mosaic by dry laying some of the materials and get an idea of how I want my mosaic to look. I will demonstrate how I tint the mastic adhesive I will use for a portion of this mosaic. I will give a cutting demonstration for each of the materials used in this project. Lastly, I will show you how I grout the background parts of this mosaic for the earth and sky. By the end of this course, you will understand how to create depth in a landscape, movement, and interest by using materials and adding 3D elements like the leaves of the tree. There are so many techniques, tips, and tricks in this course that can be used for helping you create original mosaic art. So, let's make a tree of life.
David, thank you so much for coming back to Mosaic Arts Online. I'm not sure how many courses we have here now, but there's a lot, and it's such a great variety. But one of your best things is materials. So tell me how you developed this course and this project.
Oh, well, through my other courses, like the aloe plant and stuff, I wanted to find different ways to use those and my wire and my adhesives. Mm-hmm. And this came up out of the blue because I like doing trees of life, you know, responding to that culture. And so I looked it up and I like, well, you know, I can do what I want with it. You know, I can make it whatever theme I want, whatever I want to do. So the handcrafted pieces I'm always fond of, and they just get you started telling the story. And then the tree and the leaves and everything just happens. So, and I like creating that way, being spontaneous. Follow your guidelines, but let it flow out and do what you want.
Yeah, and you create so much three-dimensionality, shall we say, in this piece, even though it's on a flat board. It doesn't need to be a curvy substrate, but the depth that you create is really awesome.
Yeah, so when I learned mosaics back in the day, even tile work, you built up the lower element to reach the top, the higher one. I got tired of doing that, so I just started using thicker materials in the front and thinner materials in the back and let them do it themselves and make a simpler approach to it.
Yeah, and I love the leaves. As you can see here, David shows you how he does all his different leaves and the bending and the going over, you know, the edge and stuff like that. What else would you add about this course or this project? Because you can do it both. You do horizontal. This is what you learn in this course, but you could also choose to do it.
Yeah, and you could even have a negative canopy space on a square. You know, maybe that canopy came up over the board. And you could, you know, a piece of Ouija board work well for that because you can manipulate it with a knife. But then you could have different dimensions to it as well. And then if you introduce ceramic's thicker than porcelain.
Right.
Now you have another thicker element that you can add in your foreground and just get some more depth that way.
Wow. Well, I am so in love with this course. I think it is so fun. I think it can go in so many different directions, the versatility of it and what people can learn. And using the copper, you can edge the mosaics in copper like some of these are. We've got the ceramic pieces that David can resource for us. And it's just amazing. I love it. So I can't thank you enough for bringing it here to Mosaic Arts Online.
Thank you. And I can't thank you enough for having me as well.
Oh, love it.